Welcome to Learn, Lead, and Lift, a podcast to empower women in all stages of life to make a difference in their corner of the universe. I'm Ann Forrester, and this is episode 7, Learn, Lead, and Lift with Jessica Whalen. Jessica is a woman of many talents and making a difference in whatever she does. She has turned her passion and hobby of traveling into a career and works as a certified FAA flight attendant. Jessica has danced professionally for Radio Disney and the NFL Oakland Raiderettes. She is currently the assistant dance team director for the Salt Lake Senate Sensational Dance Team. Jessica is also a pageant coach with LeClaire's Lovely Coaching. She helps women gain confidence, win scholarships, develop interview skills, gain new friendships, and provide community service. The ladies Jessica has coached have placed as runner-ups and have won local, state, and national competitions. She actually coached me when I competed for USOA pageants at the national level in 2021, and she helped me prepare for Mrs. Utah America when I took home the Mrs. Utah American 2021 title. Jessica has volunteered with the Miss America organization in several capacities and served as an executive director for pageants at the local level. Now it is her time to shine as Mrs. Utah America 2022. She's a community leader with her platform Impoverished to Improved and is working to make a difference. Jessica is a wife of 10 years and a good friend of mine. Jessica, welcome to the show. Such a treat for us to hear your story.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
You have done some amazing things. So share with us, what is your sparkle?
My sparkle is my drive and a quote that I live by, which is, to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. I grew up in a single parent, low income household, and this gave me my drive and determination for everything that I do in my life. And that is how and what I focus my life on, and everything that I want to do with my goals and my dreams and what I want to is through that, knowing I'm here to better myself from what I was raised and born into, but that doesn't mean that I have to be that. And that's something that me and my family have been able to overcome throughout our lives.
I love that. And you have so many strengths and talents and so many achievements already. How did you recognize your talent for dancing and for community service, things that have really had a strong influence in your life?
Yes, I always admired dancing and cheerleading when I was younger, but we did not have the funds for me to participate in them. And I would just read about them. That is a fantasy that I had, and I wanted to make it a reality one day. Instead of being able to go to dance classes, I read about them and I watched in order to help prepare myself. Where I first started dancing, and I had to gain all those previous years that were lost of not having dance, but I was able to achieve the highest level of the dance studio by the time I was a senior in high school and graduated from it. And then after that, I started participating in pageants because of dance and scholarships in order to enable myself to continue to showcase my talent of dance that I loved and to receive scholarships for school. And after that, I then became a Radio Disney dancer for 4 years, which I absolutely loved. And that helped prepare me to become an NFL Raiderette for the Oakland Raiders. And I did that for 2 years. And that is my drive and my love of dance. And then today I get to share that as an assistant with the Salt Lake Senate Sensational Dance Team.
That's amazing. I love that you have cultivated your own talents and now are taking a turn to help others cultivate their talent. And that's a common thread in your coaching business. You have helped
Yes.
other contestants in pageantry achieve their goals and dreams. How did that come about? How did you start a business, and how did you come about helping other women achieve their goals?
Yes, I started Leclerc's Lovelies coaching. Leclerc is my middle name, and I've also spun that off of a YouTube that I've started. That's Leclerc's Lovely Lifestyle. And with that, after I competed in pageants, I wanted to give back because I knew how important it is to have somebody to go to that's inexpensive in order to help you, because that is something that I was able to receive when I started competing. Well, it was a few years after I was competing. When I first started competing, I just, again, learned from watching different pageants and reading about them. I love to read, I love history. And with that, I also have my minor in political science. So I'm a big history buff and I just love finding out different facts about anything that I want to achieve, just to be fully prepared in it. And with that, a lot of people like to just say, you know, everything, or they'll joke about, I can say anything and you'll know exactly when that day or this happened. But that's all just from like my history buff that I loved. So that's what I did first with pageants. That's how I started learning. And I was invited to compete in a pageant when I was a senior in high school. And from that, I decided I wanted to grow as a person and to receive those scholarships. And after I was done competing, I wanted to give back to other people because, like I said, a few years into being in the pageants, I had somebody reach out to me saying that they'd love to help me. And what I focus on in my coaching is exactly what they taught me, is that it's not about changing who you are. There's just little tweaks that need to be done. And from there, you'll be an incredible competitor. And with them, they just charged $20 an hour because they were my friends who had previously competed and done well at Miss Utah. And from there, I took the skills that they taught me in order to help other people grow. And after I was done competing, people were reaching out to me. How did I find that drive? Or how did I find the skills needed in order to better prepare myself to be a better competitor, in order to win the competitions that I did and place in the state pageants that I did? And I started helping them. And then from there, that's where I started my coaching with Leclerc's Lovely Coaching. And I've been able to help coach many wonderful people who have placed as attendants in their local competitions. They've won their state competitions. They've even won national competitions or even placed in national competitions. Like, I've had the wonderful opportunity through somebody else that introduced me to you, Anne, and I was able to help coach you and really see you grow. And I always admired you before when I saw you compete, but sometimes you just have to see a different view in order to get a different perspective when you're competing. And that's what I do. So I'm not there for the money. I'm just there to help people see their full potential.
I absolutely love that. And you have been instrumental in my pageant prep. And, that's why I wanted to have you on the show, because you just have done so many amazing things and you've helped so many other women shine. Share with us now that it is your time to shine as Mrs. Utah America 2022. How are you a leader in your own life, and what is your vision for your life right now?
Yes, it all stems from everybody that's helped me. I didn't get to where I am today all by myself. I had to learn and grow through different programs and being in different situations, through pageants, through dance, through work. And that's what I teach others when they are competing or when I'm helping them with dance or anything else in life. What is your goal and what is your big vision? Because that's what you have to have first. You have to write it down, you have to look at it, and then you have to say, what do I need to do in order to achieve this? And I never thought that I'd go and compete at Mrs. Utah. I competed 12 years ago, and I was just here to help ladies continue to grow. And I also was a director of the Miss Pioneer Valley, Miss Rocky Mountain, Miss Legacy, and Miss Zion competition that goes to Miss Utah. And I loved volunteering through that. And that's also what helped me with the coaching, because the different ladies that I helped through directing or that I coached inspired me to go on and compete at Mrs. Utah. And I just decided this is what I want to do. And that's what I did. I sat down and talked to my husband about it and thought, okay, now I'm a Mrs. I don't need the scholarships. Let me see what my purpose will be in competing. Because for me, it's not about, as I said before, it's not about money. It's not about being the prettiest, the most talented, the most sparkly gown, or any of that. And for me in pageants, it's finding your why. Why do you want to do this? How will this help better yourself and everybody else around you? And my why in being a Mrs. is, how can I now give back to my community and share my story to develop? And my personal platform is Impoverished to Improve. And it's not just about growing up in poverty or low income as I did, because everybody has the opportunity to go from what they were before and better themselves. And that's why it's Impoverished to Improve. I do focus on my story, and I'm partnered with United Way in the Salvation Army, where I am their spokesperson for their Everyday Strong program that they have. They have Everyday Strong and Everyday Support. And with that, it's how can we help individuals improve themselves in all areas? And that's why I decided to compete at Mrs. Utah. I never thought that I would win. I just went in with my goals and my vision, and I was able to share it enough to be crowned Mrs. Utah, and I'm very thankful for it.
Chills. Like, I have chills when you talk about this, because you are such a strong and powerful example of learn, lead, and lift. You are doing all of the things to help make a difference, and you really have become a force in your universe. You're such an amazing example of lifting others up. You talked about making a difference in your community with the nonprofit organizations you're partnered with. How are you lifting and inspiring others who may have had a similar background as you, or may want to do some of the things that you've already accomplished?
What inspires me is my optimism, and that's what I share with other people. You have to look at the glass half full instead of half empty, because if I focused on everything that was a struggle and a challenge that I went through when I was younger, I wouldn't be where I am today. I use that as my motivator in order to be better every single day. And that is something I get to share with others when I get to serve them. I love hearing their stories and seeing any way that I can connect with them. And I think that's what makes a person a great leader, is somebody who is well-rounded and can connect with other people and not be judgmental. And that's my favorite thing when I am serving. I get to learn these stories, and if there's anything that is similar with me or relatable, I get to share it with these individuals, letting them know that I've gone through this, or I've been in this situation too. That I'm not looking down on you. I'm here to give you a hand up instead of a handout. And that is something that I want other people to know. That's how you can be a leader. It's not about your status, but it's what can you do to help better others.
You just hit the nail on the head. That's something that I strive to share with on Learn, Lead, and Lift, is that you don't have to have a fancy title or have a fancy position. It's things that you do in your everyday life. And you're such a powerful example of, the little things that add up over time. And that has led you on this great path that you're on. Tell us, what are your plans for the future coming up?
Yes. Right now, I'm preparing for Mrs. America, which is in 2 months. So I'm very excited for that. And I am just practicing and preparing. every day with that. And it's the little things that most people don't know. It's a lot of work to prepare for a competition. It's about your walk, it's about your purpose, your drive, your platform, and then also the things that you see on the stage, your clothing. But it's not just what is done on the stage. This is a job. It's 365 days in the year. Although I competed at the state pageant back in March, and now I'm preparing for the national pageant just because each one of those pageants, well, the Mrs. Utah pageant has been completed and I received the title of Mrs. Utah. The work is not done there, it has just begun. And when I go and compete in America, I'm letting the individuals there, the judges, and everybody I come in contact with, letting them know why I'm here and sharing my story. And then beyond that, if I don't become Mrs. America, again, my title of Mrs. Utah is not done. I still have to fulfill my job until next March when we have our state pageant, which I'm very excited about to see the ladies who are going to sign up and compete. I've already had some talk to me and ask me questions, some about, well, I've never competed in a pageant before. And I let them know you don't have to compete. You don't have to do a whole bunch of competitions. Yes, I won Mrs. Utah on my first try, but it's something that I've been preparing for my entire life. I look forward to spending a lot more time with my husband and us being future parents. And that is something that I'm looking forward to.
Thank you, Jessica, for sharing your insights. I know that you will just shine on the Mrs. America stage. You are so radiant inside and out. You really have shined throughout your year already as Mrs. Utah America and over the years, just helping other contestants prepare and fulfill their life goals and dreams. So I know no matter what you do, you will sparkle and shine bright. And thank you for spending the time with us. You are such a powerful example of what it means to be a community leader. And I'm so grateful to have met you through pageantry. I consider you a dear friend, and I am just grateful you could share your story with us on Learn, Lead, and Lift.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Like I said before, I've always looked up to you, and you are a strong woman, and everything that you're doing with your Learn, Lead, and Lift and inspiring other women, that is something that we need today, is women supporting other women, and I truly appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much. I just believe that when we uplift one another, we're all elevated, and we all need that support as women. So thank you for being a part of that community.
Thank you.
Let's learn, lead, and lift together. Thanks for listening. Share your thoughts with me on this episode and what inspires you. On Instagram, you can find me at Learn, Lead, Lift. I'd love to hear what you have to say.